Now this is a lip color that can go straight to the trash. It's funny because this was my lip color for probably a good 5 years. This was all that I wore, but I do like lighter lipsticks than the color that I wore yesterday. However, I think this, it's giving concealer. It's giving on her deathbed. Actually, it's giving she's already dead. It's Myth by MAC. If you know, you know. It's funny because today, Alani knew, I'm not tired. And I say it's funny because last night, I probably got 2 hours of super interrupted sleep, and that's it. So last night around midnight, literally right after I got finished filming that clip for yesterday's vlog, my husband's phone goes off, gets a phone call about an emergency going down at one of the plants that he runs. So he's like, I gotta go to work. And he's still at work. He's literally been up for over 24 hours. He's still at work because by the time he fixed the issue, it was already essentially the time for him to get up and go to work. So he was just like, I'm gonna go ahead and start my day. Sucks for him. So listen, when I read books, there's nothing really that triggers me in the sense that gives me nightmares or makes me DNF a book or anything like that, except home invasion, because it is one of my biggest fears. I won't DNF the book, but I won't sleep. So, going to bed last night was so hard. I probably did not doze off until about 4 o'clock this morning because every time I would shut my eyes, either I would hear a bump in the night, my dog would randomly start barking all the time last night. I don't know what his problem was. And the whole reason why I got the dog was so that he can alert me for things at nighttime. But I don't know, his senses are off because I don't know what his deal is. Anyway, I probably could have finished an entire book last night. I actually thought about just staying up all night long and reading The Crucifix Killer. Beth, you're literally at home by yourself with my kids. Do you really want to read about a serial killer? And I was like, yeah, no. It's funny because I barely got any sleep last night, but I'm not tired. Is this the key to success? Barely getting any sleep? Anyway, it is about 1 p.m. so we've already been trudging through this day, but nothing worthy of being in a vlog. So the only plans that I have for today are to finish The Crucifix Killer. Today, babe. Today. Finish this. I need to catch up where I'm at in the book. I'm a little further than this. I'm a little over halfway through. This is a good book. If you are into crime thrillers, detective stories, serial killers, that kind of stuff, this is a good book. Okay, it's not the book's problem, it's a me problem. It's I can't stay awake when I go to sit down and read. I am dozing off. It comes with life and old age, you know? Not old age, I am not old. I'm older than 21. Okay, that's our main plan, is to finish this. Also, what I would really love to do is to set up my planner. I have like a ring bound personal planner that I need to reset up essentially because the last time I used it I think was like mid last year. These vlogs are really inspiring me to want to create so much more content. Now that I know that I can vlog, I know that seems so crazy, so weird, so wild, but I always put it off or like thought I couldn't do it because like I have kids and it's really hard to film when you have kids. Maybe it's not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. Maybe we'll set that up today. I, for the most part, do print your own inserts because I am one that if I buy a bounded planner and I'm not vibing with how I'm planning in it, I will throw the entire planner away and buy a new one. Because I'm like this is the reason why I have a ring bound planner, so I can just reprint some fresh inserts. You know what I mean? Like once you pay for those inserts, you can print them off a numerous amount of times and not have to pay any more money. You know what I'm saying? We might do that today. And then, my friends, the Eras Tour comes on Disney Plus tonight. So tomorrow, we're gonna do like a watch party in the Discord for the Backlist Readathon, where we watch it for those of us who are Swifties. But I'm low-key kind of wanting to watch it tonight too. Depends. If I can finish this, that's what I may do. Watch it tonight and then watch it again. Look. I am literally so dumb. It can't be Isabella who is the killer in this book because I forgot. So we've seen 2 people get abducted and stuff so far. And the first girl was approached by a man at the bar and he was the one that kind of drug her out. And the guy had another guy kick down his door. And the guy was like, this guy sounds familiar. So it's obviously a guy. So ignore everything I said about Isabella in my last vlog. It cannot be her. Okay, I don't think Isabella is the killer, okay? I changed my mind on that thing. But however, so the crucifix killer, I switched to reading the book because I keep getting distracted with my phone. The crucifix killer, when he kills his victims, he carves this symbol on the back of their neck, right? And the police haven't been telling the public because they want to keep certain things about the case private just to help them along when they do, you know, whatever. Anyway, you know how it is. And it says, so he's at Isabella's house. They slept over. They did the nasty. He was doodling in the living room, like on pen and paper, while she was making him breakfast. And she walks in there and he's doodled the symbol, you know, because he's sitting there thinking about the case and stuff. And listen to this. Amongst the several meaningless doodles he'd drawn, he reflexively sketched the double crucifix symbol. Oh, nothing really. That's funny. What's funny? That thing you've drawn? I've seen it before. I thought it meant something. She has seen this symbol before. And literally every single person that they interview, that they talk to, even if they just like want to know about the victims and stuff, like not interrogating anybody, they always ask them, do you know what the symbol is? Have you ever seen the symbol? And nobody knows what the symbol is, and Isabella has seen it before. What? What? If you are a fan of like dark, disturbing stuff like Karen Slaughter, it just keeps getting worse, honestly. But like in a good way, not in a good way, Beth, that does not sound good. That does not sound good. But if you like dark stuff, dark thrillers, okay? Sitting there dozing off a little bit while I'm reading the book, so I'm going to get up and get active. I have read a little over 50 pages so far today. So far, so good. And it's just getting better. It's just getting better. I'm really enjoying it. Again, if you love crime shows like Criminal Minds, CSI, NCIS, whatever, you have to read these kind of books. It's gonna just itch a scratch and itch. You know what I mean? I went and found my planner. The last time I touched this planner, look, I still have all 2003 stuff in there. 2003 year at a glance. But the last time I touched this planner was in May of last year when I, 1, was getting my marriage license, because though Paul and I have been together for years, we finally got married last year. And then 2 was the very last extreme horror book that I have read. And this is also right before I deleted my old YouTube channel, because this was kind of where I just didn't enjoy reading anymore. I was just reading nothing but dark and disturbing things, and like I constantly claimed that like it's not dark enough, I like it to be darker. It didn't make me, well, you know. And then I realized that my headspace in general was just in a very dark place at that time, and I stopped planning, I stopped filming YouTube videos. Anyway, so these inserts I actually purchased from Cloth and Paper. I have some different inserts I think I'm gonna use this go round, and then I also need to get some more monthly, which these are my preferred options to do when I'm like planning YouTube videos and stuff, is like the monthly views. I need to reprint or print some of those, probably do a different company though, a different version. Habit trackers, I used to track all of the habits, so like working out, drinking water, reading, making the bed, doing the laundry, things like that. Just daily habits. I do still have blanks of those. I'll share with you the paper that I use, because I 10 out of 10 recommend, if you do print your own inserts, not to use regular printing paper. You gotta get the nice quality stuff. officially finished setting up my planner. I do think after a week or two, I will notice if I'm missing something that I need to add into it, or if I have too much and I need to remove, but I think I have it down to how I want it. I am very minimal when it comes to planning. I used to go all out, buy the Erin Condrens, buy all the stickers. I used to have my own planner sticker shop. I no longer do that. I am very minimal. I use highlighters and then the simplistic stickers, so dots, teardrops, icons, and that's about it. And I like for my planner to also be very bland, black and white, minimalist, but still, you know, have little accents in there. So let's do a little flip through. I'll show you what I did, and I'll also link everything that I possibly can down below, from where I got my printable inserts, from the paper that I use, my hole puncher, my cutter, everything that I can, I will link down below if you're interested. But let's take a look inside. We're also going to ignore my rusty, crusty, and dusty nails. I don't want to talk about it. So I have a personal sized ring planner. This is what it looks like. So I have a bunch of dashboards and like vellum pieces. Some I've purchased, like this one. Some I have printed myself. But I have that and a dashboard there. This I printed out from May Paper Co. It's one of my favorite shops to get inserts from, and this is just a year at a glance. So if I just need to quickly see the Saturdays of the year or something like that. Clear dividers, another little dashboard thing. And then these are my monthly inserts. Again, these are from May Paper Co. Now with my printable inserts, I like to purchase the ones that I can use regardless of the date, the year, whatever, with the exception of the yearly view, because I don't want to go through and fill out an entire year of dates. So I do buy the dated monthly view. It just comes with the cover page with the month on it, the month calendar, if you will, and then a note page. And then again, it repeats itself. And of course, I didn't put January and February in here because there's literally no need. Then we have another clear divider. This I printed out myself. This as well. I will also link the vellum paper that I use down below. I have this clear like bookmark type divider, and these are the weekly ones that I decided to use this time. I bought these from 8 Lotus, and these are non-dated, so I can date them, because if I mess up, I can just print out a new one and I can use these for many years. And they're literally the most basic, very simple, easy to use week on 2 pages, and I love that. And this is the type of week that I like to do. Then we have another clear divider, some more things that I printed out. This is my habit tracker, monthly habit tracker. So it tracks for the entire month, and you just put what they are there. I believe I Googled this and found it on like Pinterest or something for free. If I can find it again, I will link it. Then I have these. This I actually bought printed and sent to me off Etsy. It's a cleaning schedule. I used to be really good and really strict about it. I haven't been, so. Another clear divider, some extra dashboards, a to-do list. I believe this was also a free one that I found on the internet somewhere. And then these I just got. So this is a project page from 8 Lotus. I thought these would be really great to do to map out YouTube like videos, like vlogs, especially that you have a certain TBR that you need to do, because you can put your start date, your end date, your objective, brainstorm, and you can, it says to do, but I would list the books that I need to read for said video. I think that's going to be very interesting. And then on the back, it just has like some grid paper that you can just doodle on or something. So I printed out a handful of these. This section is my like social media section. I also have a following tracker. This is also from 8 Lotus, and I'm going to use the front of it to track my YouTube followers, and then the back of it to track my Instagram followers, just to see growth through the year. I think that's interesting to look at. And we have some more stuff. This one I printed out. This is just one extra that I had laying around. A books to read list, because if I'm watching videos and stuff and I see something, I don't keep a TBR list on Goodreads. So I just jot them down here and there. So I put a fresh list here in my planner for that. And then a reading log. I'm gonna go back and put in all the books that I've read so far this year, just to have it on paper. I don't know, I mean, I have Goodreads, but it is what it is, okay? Another clear dashboard. This is like my health and wellness section, I guess. And this is something that I printed out. A lot of these I printed out. I either found them on Canva or I designed them myself, or I found images on Google. And that's just extra. This dirty 30-day challenge paper. I love this, especially if I'm going to do couch to 5K training, 30 days no fast food, things like that. I thought this would come in handy because it's just satisfaction to check something off. And then we have measurements log for when I do officially start back. Was gonna be today, but let's not talk about it. And then a weight loss tracker page here. These I do order off of Etsy. I need to order some more because these are very old. I ordered these a couple years ago, and I think this is the last page that I have. And then some blank notebook paper. And then in the back I have passwords and contacts, and then a very back dashboard with just a B to kind of make sure that I can pull all the paper up, you know, and it doesn't like roll the pages. I don't know. If you have a binder, you probably know what I'm talking about. That is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, check the down bar if you want any links to anything that I can find. I'll link down below. Okay, I also forgot, I wanted to show you the difference between the two papers, if you can tell. So this is basic printer paper, and this is the premium paper. And the basic printer paper is see-through, and the premium one is not. And this one as well is very, very buttery smooth and a lot thicker. Just trust me, if you're printing anything out, especially something that you're gonna be flipping through constantly, you're gonna wanna get this premium paper. But that's just an example. Same printer and everything, just, you know, a little nicer quality paper. So I have 100 pages left of The Crucifix Killer. Y'all, I am still clueless AF when I think see, okay, let me back up a little bit. My husband, and let me also fix, is that better? I don't know. My husband has already read The Crucifix Killer, and he said he caught on to the reveal like before it was revealed. So I've been I think that's why I've been like trying to figure it out before it's revealed, but I am honestly clueless as all get out. Because this is a series, and I want to say it's a 13 book long series, and it is still going. Like the newest one in this series hasn't been released yet. I think it's not super popular here in the US because it is a UK based like author. That's why there's no audiobook, and you don't really, like hardbacks and stuff aren't really released in the US. They're all released in the UK. So that's unfortunate. I will say a lot of the darker thrillers that I read are not from the US. The Crow Girl, that's probably one of the darkest thrillers that I have ever read in my entire life. It literally turned my stomach. I think maybe books that are written not here, they have a little bit more leniency with how dark the material can get. That's my theory. Or here in America you can get dark, we have a bunch of, I don't really know what is the real answer, but what I do know is I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go cook dinner. We didn't have the jambalaya yesterday because I didn't feel like cooking, so we had pizza, and I have no excuse today, so I'm gonna go cook, and I think I'm gonna watch some more YouTube while I do. I haven't been watching as much YouTube this week because I've been busy vlogging, filming, the whole nine, so that's what I'm gonna do. You'll never guess what just happened. So we were eating dinner and Paul got a phone call. He has to go back to work. Do hope it's not as serious as the one that occurred last night, and that he isn't out all night for his sake, because I know he is hella tired, but also for my sake, because I don't know if you remember from me telling you this morning, but I only got about 3 hours of super interrupted sleep. So like an hour here, 30 minutes here, 10 minutes there, because a girl is a scaredy cat. While I'm here, I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna continue reading my book. I know I said earlier that I was going to watch the Eras Tour tonight on Disney Plus. I have seen the Eras Tour in theater. I took my daughter and we went and watched it. It was so fun, a super fun time. But they have added more songs. I didn't get to go see her in concert. I really regret not figuring out a way to get the tickets before like other people bought them and then tripled the price or whatever. It is what it is. If you're out there and you have extra New Orleans tickets, hit a girl. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm not gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna hold off and just wait and watch it tomorrow with the Discord group. We're gonna do that at 7 p.m. my time, Central Standard Time. So I have until tomorrow, 7 p.m. to finish the book that I'm currently reading and hopefully start and finish another one. My battery's about to die. Okay, so the only other prompt that I have not filled is the highest rated book on my TBR. Obviously, I have over 500 unread books on my shelves. I am not going to insert all of those books into Goodreads to see which one is the highest. So for this one, I've just chose a book that is rated super high, and that was The Nightingale. I ain't going to be able to physically read that in a day. I can tell you that right here, right now. The audiobook itself is 17 hours long, and because I prefer to listen to my audiobooks at 1.5 speed, I can, if I really need to, listen to it at 2.5 speed, but I enjoy it more and I soak up more of the story if I listen to it at 1.5 speed. So I am gonna have to choose something different. I'm just gonna say it has to be at least a 4 on Goodreads or higher, and it also needs to be short, so like an 8-hour or less audiobook. Okay, this took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Every single book that I was putting in that looked short enough to be like an 8-hour-ish audiobook, because that was kind of what I was aiming for, was either not available anywhere and I didn't want to pay for it, or they were way longer than what they looked. Am I cheating by choosing a book that's 3.5 hours long? I don't know, but one, it's by one of my favorite authors. 2, it has a 4.33 rating on Goodreads. So it fits the criteria. And I chose One of Our Own by Lucinda Berry. This is her most recent release, and I believe it is only available on audiobook. And if you know me at all, then you know that Criminal Minds is my ish, my creme de la creme. That's my show, okay? That if I could only watch one more show for the rest of my life, it would be Criminal Minds, okay? Once I'm done with the Crucifix Killer. Now, I do hope that I can finish the Crucifix Killer tonight. I have 100 pages left, so if I stop rambling and talking, I can get shit done. I'm pretty sure I know who the killer is now. I am on page 364. There's 424 pages in this book, so I still have a decent little chunk to go, but I'm pretty sure I know who the killer is, and I want to tell you my reasoning as to why I think it's this person, but I can't because it'll spoil you if you do decide to pick this book up. But I want to talk about it so bad, and the thing is this is what I love about crime thrillers, or thrillers in general, but really specifically crime thrillers, is when the author does leave all these little hints throughout the book for you to be like, I think it's this person, I think it's this person, I think it's this person because X, Y, and Z. I love that, because what I cannot stand is when I read a thriller and the ending, like the twist, just comes out of the blue. There's like nothing that leads you to that. You know, it makes it very unbelievable to me. Versus this, I have a reasoning, and if I could talk about this reasoning, you'd probably understand what I'm talking about. Well, I can't. But I think it's a certain person. What I can talk about is, remember the prologue when I said the killer had got Hunter's partner Garcia, right? And he was captured and put into a cage. We've made it to that part where Hunter went to go save Garcia. Well, Hunter is at the hospital and looks at Garcia's neck and is like, he doesn't have the symbol on his neck, which means the killer didn't want him dead. There's another reason to it. And I think I know what that reason is, in which that makes me think I know who the killer is, but I cannot say it because I'm 98% sure I'm correct. But what if I'm wrong? But I'm 98% sure that I am correct. And this is getting me so excited. I'm telling you what, if I wasn't a little myself, I would definitely be a detective. Either a detective or like a crime scene investigator or a profiler. Like in this like world, that is where I would thrive. But unfortunately, I cannot do blood, I cannot do guts, I cannot do any of that kind of stuff. And I am a, look, I didn't sleep last night because I was so terrified that somebody was gonna break into my house. Like I am a chicken weenie. Maybe in my past life, I don't know. Anyway, let me finish this book. So Paul just made it back home. Paul has read this book. So I just went outside and told him my theory. And I told him he can't tell me if I was right or wrong. But I just wanted to tell him so that way when I finish the book and I notice that I am right, I can be like, I figured it out. But the look he gave me makes me feel like I'm wrong. You're not gonna believe it. I gotta whisper. Everybody's asleep. It's midnight, but you know what? I need to talk to some people in my book club about this because of I wish I could talk to you and I wish I could tell you what's going on right now in the book because you would be shooketh. Okay, I'm done. 12:03. So technically I did finish it right before midnight, but you guys, when I tell you that these kind of books are my kryptonite, I love them. And it's so bizarre because I don't think I follow or see anyone else in the book community who loves crime thrillers like this with the detective and like a serial killer and you're literally trying to solve the case with them. It's just, to me, it's fun. It is literally a fun time, and it's also dark and disturbing and gritty and like I eat it up. I eat it up. I genuinely had fun reading that book. And I'll also tell you that I was kind of shook there for a little bit. The little theory that I went outside to talk to Paul about, yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong. He's already in bed. Otherwise I would let him know that I might be a little bit dumb. I am gonna give the book 5 stars because why not? It's literally my favorite kind of book to read. I don't know what it is. And I try to push these books onto a lot of people because I'm like, maybe if more people read them, more people would love them and we would see more of them being written. I know this type of book was really popular in like the late 90s and the early 2000s, hence the reason why a lot of authors have started these series back then. So like Karen Slaughter, for instance, her series are these detective type books. Even though the main character in her Blindsided series, well, it follows 3 characters, but the main character, the one that we're really rooting for, she's a pediatrician and the town's coroner, so she's not a detective at all, but she has her detective cap on, you know, and she's solving these cases and being the badass like she is. And then in the Will Trent series by Karen Slaughter, we do follow a detective, but we also follow a couple other characters, one of them being an ME. It's just so good. That's my thought on that, and I wish more people would give these books a bigger chance because I love them. A lot of the times they can be a little slow, but you need the slowness because it's gonna pick up. You just gotta stick with it, babe. Stick with it. Yeah, come back and let me know when you're done reading Blindsided by Karen Slaughter. Okay. I'm gonna go to bed now. Bye.